4th of 15 videos thereabout. I know we've said we'll talk about setting up tax categories and taxes, but that doesn't make sense if we haven't discussed products and categories. And so for the 4th video, we're going to do products and categories. Taxes are going to come later. Keep watching. So we'll go straight into it. This is our main window. We've already installed Chromis in the previous presentations. We've created users and so on. So if you want to set up products, this is what you're selling with. This is the main window, the real point of sale, where your waiters and your cashiers are operating. And we have a waiter that you've created. We have an administrator. And if we now select a waiter, it brings us to this table view, and the waiter is able to perhaps try and serve at a table, but you see that we don't really have much to sell. So what we want to do is change this situation and ensure that we have a couple of things to sell. So there are 3 important setups that you want to pay attention to. One is categories. So categories, you decide early on what kinds of categories you want. You may want drinks, you may want breakfast, main dishes, depending on any type of category that you may want. But it's important to note that you can have categories within categories, and that's important. So categories is basically groupings of certain items that are alike, so that you don't have to scroll through an entire list. If you don't have categories, then every single item you're selling will appear as one list, and therefore whoever's looking for them has to go through each and every item, and that can be tedious. And therefore, if you can group them in categories, it's much easier. You just go ahead and look at what you want. The second item is products. Now, products, you can actually set up your products, and for example, these are products that we have set, such as test, to, and delivery, and so on. So this delivery is a service, but then test is a product that you have set on the other window. There's a third component, which is what I would like to recommend that you use whenever you're setting up your products that you're actually selling, and these are recipes. So right now I'll show you how to create products. We'll look at recipes later, but remember what I've told you. In terms of setup, I recommend that the things that you sell in whole units, you're not putting them together. Say for example, soft drinks, you can set those as products. But then if you are cooking something, let's say you make fried chicken, then fried chicken will require a number of ingredients. For you to make best use of Chromis, do not set fried chicken as a product, set it as a recipe, and everything you need for that recipe, that's what we're going to create as products. So without much ado, let's try and ensure this looks a little bit better. Let's close that. You come to your Chromis administrator panel. So you have all these modules, part of the same application. Double click on that and log in as an administrator or anybody else to whom you've given rights to make these adjustments. You can press your Windows key plus up to maximize, and you have these menus here. So this file, basically that is change password and exit, inventory. This is where you're going to create what we are creating today. So the first thing you want to do is to create categories, and in Chromis, this is a very simple process. Let's say we want to create a category called breakfast, main dishes, and then we're going to have another hot beverages, and maybe we can create drinks. So we'll create a new record here, and you give the category a name. So you've said breakfast. All right. Now, you want to check this, is it available in category panel? Because if you uncheck this, then you'll not see it, and we're going to do that a bit later with one of what we're going to create. And then show category name on the button. If you don't do that, it will not show on the button. You also want to go ahead and do that. So then you can have a category with a parent. So in this case, we are going to make it as a main category, and therefore we can go ahead and create that category. Important toggle here. There is an age warning when a product in this category is selected, and that's important because in many countries, then when you have alcoholic beverages, then you want to click on that. And so we're going to create that category as well at some point. So once you've made your category name, just click save. Easy peasy. Let's make the next category. Click the plus icon, and we're going to create main dishes right there, and we are going to make that unavailable right now. And then we're going to create, it doesn't have a parent, and we're going to save it. All right, a new category we're going to create here will be let's make this hot beverages. I hope I've spelled that right. If I've not, forgive me. That's also just fine. And what you're going to do is to then put this under a parent, and that parent is going to be called breakfast. And then we are going to save that, and we're going to create a new category called soft drinks. And soft drinks, you're going to put it under a category called drinks. So first of all, let's create a category called drinks, and we're going to, it doesn't have a parent. Okay, so we're going to save that, and then we're going to create a new category that will be called soft drinks, and create a under parent will be under drinks, and we're going to save that, and then we're going to talk about alcoholic drinks. And here we will do a couple of things: show an age warning, and also put that under drinks. So let's see. Oh, what has happened to our drinks? Did we change it? Maybe we didn't change the, let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to understand why this is not working as I expect. So let's go to categories. Let's not say that. We have a category here called drinks, and we have, yeah, so let's create a new category here called alcoholic drinks. All right, let's give it a parent, drinks, there we go. And then let's create an age warning right there and save that. So we've created a couple of categories. Now, if we come to, let's make this unavailable so you really can't see it for the time being. So we'll actually come back and have a look. So if you come back to our main Chromis window here and double click on that to open, we'll now see that what used to be quite boring now is not so boring. We have a couple of categories. Now, why are we not getting things appearing here? Because we didn't select the names to show, and we don't have anything under these categories yet, except this is drinks, and you can see drinks has two categories, alcoholic drinks and soft drinks. When you click on those, it becomes, this is where you display what is under here, and you don't have anything to display because you've not created anything under it. So under soft drinks again, there's nothing to look at there. So let's go back and make sure that these are visible. We can close our window here, come back and open. Now you may find a couple of bugs in your processes, and never mind, those are simply straightforward things. Drinks, so drinks should show name in age category. I want to believe that should be fine. Then let's create alcoholic drinks. Let me remove this for a moment. Available in the category. Save that. Soft drinks, I'm trying to see whether any of those things, main dishes. So let's make this visible on the category name. Loyalty cards not visible, gift cards not visible, general products are visible. Let's make this not visible because we don't have anything of that nature we are selling. And then let's make this also not visible, the three dots, save that. And let's make our breakfast visible, save that. Okay, so I believe that should be fine. Let's close. Let us double click on Chromis POS and let's see what we have. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm not getting the category names showing, but they're definitely here. The only problem is that the names are not showing, which could be a bug. This should be showing actually, but it's not. So let us, we'll create something under these categories. Hopefully that will change the situation as is. Guys, John and team, if there's clarity, please put in the comments so that I can understand if I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think that is the case. Let's come back to administration panel. This is where we create items. Now we want to go and create items, products under the respective categories. Therefore, this is pretty easy. Now, there are a couple of tabs you want to pay attention to. So there's a product details where you give it a reference. The reference is up to you. there's a barcode, then the name of the product that you're creating, how it appears in your report, how it appears in the kitchen. Then you set your tax type, and in this case you'd probably have tax exempt, tax standard, zero rated. We'll see this when you do the tax setup. Then you can give it a category, then whether there's a tax when you buy it as well. Determine your selling price, the cost price, you probably enter it, but if you have a menu and using a recipe, then there's also a way you can have this actually computed easily. Then general details, where if you have any attributes, then you can create that. We'll look at attributes later. Units of measure, you're able to create the different units and so on. Under product setting, then you'll have this option of making it available on an order printer, on an order screen, age warning, whether it can be discounted or not, whether it's an ingredient or not. Ingredient means that it's available to be selected to create new items. A variable price product is an auxiliary item, meaning that if you buy something, this goes with it. It's a service item, so different product areas that you need to just go through to set it up. Then your barcode, give the barcode, the selling unit, the selling quantity, add a barcode entry. I don't use barcodes much, and therefore I haven't gone ahead to use that. We'll look at these areas a bit later, because you can have the same item, but then it has different tiers based on the quantity that is purchased, and therefore you're able to give certain discounts and very specific pricing for quantities. And the suppliers who supply this product, this is where you're going to set those up. But it is best that you have set up your suppliers before you can create these associations, and then you can look at your stock levels based on the respective stores that you have, and this works best if they are consumed, and this is why I'm talking about recipes. Then the screen button, these are things that you're able to show. You may have we'll look at that much later. But at this juncture, what you're most interested in is to create new products. No, we don't want to save anything, and we want to click the plus button. We already know this process. So let's say we are creating something with a code 001, barcode. Let's give a 001 also. So the first item you're going to create is Coca-Cola.